Blow from Bombi, a nice swap out from AU, but Red is not done. He's just going to keep going. And AU will eventually go down here. Unless Raven can pull up a miracle, and he's going to get swapped in, going back after Bombi. AU, meanwhile, still being chased and does go down, and Bombi actually gets lucky, has a regen room, but lets Yassi have it. Be able to get out with his life intact, assuming Moon doesn't TP in for the snipe. Like Moon will not.
Yeah, it's just constant aggression. Either side giving any breathing room to the other. You are still finding some pretty good farm coming out for the cores, but you can start to see 496 pull ahead. The aggression for Red starting to pay off on her Bloodseeker. Hung as well, making really good pace. Rushing to BKB for... allowed some of that damage coming in. Control and maintain the advantage and the aggression. I can't really fault 496. If you want to keep fighting, the BKB is going to let you do that a lot more safely.
It's a little intriguing though, right? Like you rush the BKB, and we saw the same thing out of Hung yesterday in the 496 series up against Neon. And while it's very effective, without the blink, they aren't able to really land those really big Arena of Bloods that you love to see. When you have a Bloodseeker with you, you would think that would be the that would be where they really want to emphasize their gold going to, but that is not the case.
Yeah, it's a risky run now because you take away one form of initiation. That means they're going to rely mainly on Yassi, big hooks to set up, but it really depends. Like 496 right now, they've been playing pretty decently in their initiation. They're going to be able to find a Smith tier 1. This is the tower that Fnatic should be fighting for, but they're not coming in time.
It's not good news for Fnatic. That's a big, big tower to lose. They'll swap in on the Bloodseeker. Nice kill there for Zephyr. They do get some kind of consolation for that. But that T1 mid tower going down, and the Ice Blast on Raven could be detrimental here as Hung unable to close the gap, and that's where you love to see the Blink Dagger on this fast. Not have one. Nevertheless, with that mid-tier 1 down, they're probably going to be very, very happy. But now top lane, Yassi. Be in danger, tries for the TP plane. He might actually make it out.
Oh.
He does. Still, Arena is going to be missed from Hung. But it won't matter. It's a low cooldown. He won't mind.
Yeah, close call. 9-11 now on the map, 14 and a half minutes in. 496 still with a slight lead. You'd want to see this line up a bit further ahead though. This is not the snowball start you want from this kind of fighting pace, and they need to find more. There's a blink up now in Zephyr. They've got a solid way in Fnatic's end to get that initiation in. Same thing for 496. It's still all about Yassi's hookshot.
Yassi's just trying to work towards that Hood of Defiance right now, so not really commit all the way with this hookshot yet. Wanting that bonus magic defense up against Raven with that adaptive strike. That has been pretty much the way he's died every single time now, just an adaptive strike out from Raven. Doesn't want that happening any longer. While top lane, Zephyr does catch out that BB, but now Yassi comes in with a hookshot into the Ice Blast of Bombi. Do they have the follow-up? Hung, he has a double damage rune. They'll go after AU. 1 for 1. They don't have the arena yet, so they can't really keep going, but they do have it in 10. Zephyr, another toss back on Bombi. Get the kill, and that should be it for the defense of 496. They're probably just going to have to let this one go down.
Yeah, it's a rough exchange.
He's got his BKB on the way, Hung. His courier is very close by. There it is, 10-second charge available. But again, if you don't have the catch, you can't really make use of it.
Fnatic now, they're making great work of Zephyr's blink. He's just making all the plays on their side, and that's the difference when you have a blink here on when you don't have one. The Fnatic are just finding more opportunities, 11 to 12. They've caught up on farm, Wood Moon, and Wood Raven. Very even distribution on the map. That is not good news for 496. They need a snowball start finding successes in fights, because even with this slight advantage they have in control, it's not going to be enough.
That BB going down again, top lane, but down the bot lane, AU. get caught out by Yassi and Bombi, but now they go back in with Zephyr. Avalanche toss out, Adaptive is there on Yassi. The casual cloak will actually save him. Very valuable item in top lane. Hung does catch out Moon. That's a pretty big pick off to get. He'll enjoy himself with that one.
You've got to be a bit cautious there. If you bleed kills like this out to 496 on your cores, that's one way to give them a bounce back in. That does bring Hong a little bit further ahead over Raven and Moon. About 900 gold lead in both these heroes on 496. So you've got to be cautious. It's still a really close match. 2k advantage for 496. Fnatic, they've still got a bit of a way to go until the power spike's up for Raven. He's going for the Manta first. Shotgun is way down the line, and you're going to keep looking for certain opportunities here. A lot of pings down bot.
He gets some wards out, but he is also going to get spotted out and does die. Zephyr, another kill for him on the Tiny. I was going to ask you, John, I wonder how long it'll take for this cloak to be nerfed. It just seems too valuable as an item at the moment in Dota. It's so cheap for 15% magic resist. If you think about it, it's basically a permanent raindrop.
Yeah, in a way. I don't know if I'd call it completely broken though. Maybe to build up the Defiance is a bit too cheap. Like, Yassi's got it up as the pause 4, you know, up relatively quick. It's just super valuable in situations where it can make it work. Number tweak on it, it just feels wrong, but with the prevalence of it, you might see that happening soon. I can't be certain. I feel like it's in a decent spot though.
It's like every game, as a support, you just pick a casual cloak up every time. There's not to. Just so much value, especially up against these tinies that we've been seeing every single game. Value there. Raven gonna be work. Yeah.
You've got natural upgrades like the Glimmer Cape. I think that's one thing as well. It's the fact that you can turn it into something else for your team for supports, so it's a very easy command. They took out the upgrade path, changed it to something else. Maybe that would stop it, but that's a very drastic change. That would really just completely change the build up for a lot of support.
Both teams just avoiding each other for now, apart from Hung, who gets started onto Moon again. Same spot as last time. Moon will try for the TP, but a great hook shot in from Yassi. Just in time. Fnatic, they're going to try and force a team fight on the other side of the map. Seeing those TPs, Red, he's going to be in big trouble. Does get blown up. Quick thinking there from Fnatic. Essentially even it out, but Raven is still ruptured up, and they are looking to go back in as Hung. A nice spear onto Zephyr. Going to be able to get another kill. So 496 getting the better side of that trade. Let that one go and back off.
Yeah, just rinse and repeat for 496, having a 3k advantage in their end now. Hung is looking pretty darn big. He's got that blink up and running. Gonna go for the Desolator next, and once you've got that up on the Moors, the damage output shoots up, and even the push potential really skyrockets. Gotta watch out. He's got an Ibis.
He's got the Implore as well, John.
Oh man, of course he does.
Yeah, yes he does. It's not very fair, is it? It's kind of like when Kunkka gets Implore. It's like, well, that's not very nice. Like, you can just guaranteed crit on Tidebringer. Doesn't seem very fair, but Hung's got one now. Be a good feeling for him.
Definitely. One thing we have to see from 496 now is progress on those tier 2s. They've gotten control of the jungle. They need to get some damage done to the tier 2s, start to really wreck some space away, to really start Fnatic. 4k lead is nice, but Raven and Moon aren't completely shut out. They still bounce back. There's still areas in the map Fnatic can farm in safely. 496 has to start planning to shut this map down completely, and they are making moves to the bot tier 2.
Yassi, TP up top lane just to defend that tier 2 tower. His team are going after the bottom tier 2, so Fnatic might want to start trying to make a play here up this top lane. will jump in with the avalanche toss and everything else for that matter, but Yassi is still alive and he is gonna survive. He's looking at, oh no, he's not. Nature's Wrath, he spoke too soon. He spoke a bit too soon there, Yassi.
It's your fault. You cursed him. You cursed him. You had to call it out.
Well, I didn't think he was going to run back into the creep wave vision, John. Hung is going to go after AU now. AU, when we have a chance of survival there, will also die.
496 are going to be happy with just finding the trade and the tier 2 tower. That's what they really want. They got the space to get that push done. Fnatic can't really find a good trade. That top tier 2 still alive, although Zephyr
on empty.
That BB. Raven able to pick up that kill. Zephyr being very influential so far on this tiny. Fnatic now still very, very close in this game. Only a 3k net worth lead for 496. Lane Moon, hook shot. Barely missing out there from Yassi. Very, very close call. It's like they're just going to focus in on forcing that bot wave in again, and Fnatic will continue to force the top wave in. Just not really wanting to engage quite yet, as I mean, Raven, he is still farmed, right? He still needs more time.
Oh yeah, and he's finding that time. That's the difficult thing for 496. They may have the slight lead. 3k is nice. I'm not discounting that. The issue is this is against a Morphling. This is against a Nature's Prophet. These heroes scale a heck lot better than a Bloodseeker to a certain extent and a Mars. So yeah.
The hook shot. 1 second, can he go for the blind hook? Oh, he does too. No, it wasn't blind. There was a ward there by Dat BB, but it is a very nice hook shot out. Good thinking though from Dat BB, placing the wards down, guessing the right location. Moon, rather Zephyr, down. 9-6, they want to go for more here. Hung does have the blink up now with the arena and does just catch out AU.
Best you leave the fighting to me.
Looking for more 496. Spotting out DJ now with that plague ward. Moon gonna TP in. Aether Remnant to lock down the clockwork, but they don't have the damage. Not with that Glimmer Cape up, and Yassi's got another hook shot very, very soon. Moon, however, gonna pop his BKB and try to fight back, but Yassi, hook shots out of there. Now the rest of the team is gonna come in, and Moon, even with the BKB, cannot survive up against the right click damage of Hung and Red.
Oh, this is not a good spot to be in. That's his 10-second charge gone. It's into the bit for 496. Without that Nature's Prophet, without the Vent Job, they're going to have to give that rush away. Not in the position to contest. 496 starting to find that momentum lead. They're finding the bigger targets onto Moon. They're really applying that pressure. If they can use this rush to secure the last outer towers, they're going to set themselves up for a really good spot onto the high ground.
Scanning for enemies.
Scan out from Fnatic, realizing that BB and Yassi were around. Yassi, he's looking for another hook. Might spot out AU there, but they will see heroes down at the bot lane. Raven, round with Zephyr. They spot out Yassi with the avalanche toss to start, but Yassi is pretty tanky. Hook shots back out again. He can't get out of this one. Moon is coming. He's going to try. Sprout, not there yet. Zephyr will get vision, has a toss, but the Cogs pushback is out now. Oh, Yassi, how dare you? You can't do that. And now Hung gets the arena off, but missed the spear onto the wall. AU still in massive, massive danger. And he's just gone. Raven does kill off that BB down the bot lane, but now Red's going to come in. There goes Zephyr on the tiny, and Red, well, rather Raven, will be able to TP out on the wall.
Raven, stop moving! What?
Did he move the fountain?
Oh, he was moving in the fountain. He had Rupture on. He had the Ice Blast on because he popped his BKB first. I don't.
Oh no.
Man, dude, that was just so strange.
I wish we had instant replay. I didn't quite catch that one. I just assumed he was gonna sit in base and not move for 5 seconds, but unfortunately, it happens to the best of us, though, right? Like we've all made that mistake once in a while.
Oh yeah, it's still, I mean, that is a costly mistake. 496, very happy with how that ends out. 4 for 1. 10k lead now, definitely up there, trying to transition to the objectives to get that BB down mid, chipping away at this mid tier 2. And Fnatic, as soon as these towers start dropping, you start to ask yourself, where can we let Raven farm? Moon can split push just fine and zip around, but the Morphling, not quite as mobile, at least in terms of teleporting across the map. So you're going to be limited in where this Morphling can farm. And Raven, he was pretty close a while ago. The gap is now grown to 4k over these cores. Not a good sign for the Morphling.
Good. Seem to know he's around somewhere. Run into him. Red just might. Creep wave will reveal Red, so Moon should have an opportunity to get out, and he will. Kings are there now, but just too late. Of course, Red had no way to cancel that TP, so mid lane. Fnatic smoked up. Gonna run into Hung with a great avalanche toss initiation, and they look to blow up the Mars and Bombi. A double kill out for Raven, and they can finally go after that T1 mid tower.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a big one. Lets them roam into that jungle a bit better. Evens out the control over Rush. They're gonna take it fairly quick. Raven does hit fairly hard, despite that setback in farm, and that's enough to bring back the lead just down to 8k for 496. So losing a bit of that advantage. Fnatic using this opportunity to farm that jungle. They've got certain tools in their arsenal. Of course, they've had the Ags on DJ. The silence is helping them secure these kills. And 496, and they're still looking good, but you can't play sloppy here. You have to maintain that momentum.
Gonna be so. Hookshot gonna be out onto Zephyr. Yassi, seeing how many heroes are there, is gonna decide better off, and it just gets out. Clumsy net is out from Zephyr. Yassi now looking to turn back around as they do have Red joining in, but now DJ is also there. Still, they jump in. They are melting on 496, but Yassi is out. Red trying to man fight back. He does have the basher, but Raven does get the Aegis. You've also lost Yassi, but he has brought back on the clockwork and does go back in onto DJ, who does manage to dissimulate. That BB, however, does poison sting him up with the Plague Ward and does take him down. Another very sloppy engagement. Seems like 496 are continuing to come out on top, however.
Yeah, it's costly, but they are winning out these trades. Very fortunate for Fnatic to have that DD on Raven. That's why he was blowing them up. They get the Aegis off. 496, I don't think they should be too upset. The Aegis was going to expire in about 30 seconds. That window was going to go anyway, and they smoke up immediately.
Hung runs into Zephyr, gonna settle for the easier tiny kill. Does, of course, save the arena for himself. Try again, if he can run into Raven. Raven will waveform out and be just fine.
Dive's top tower is under attack.
Someone's going to have to go back and defend that top tier 2 tower soon, as Moon has been split pushing. But speaking of Moon, he does lose his courier to Hung. Ice Blast flying out onto Moon.
Oh boy.
TP back for the outpost, and he does get the outpost, but it's going to cost him his life. Well, that BB says it all. I mean, it's probably sort of worth to get your outpost back before that 30-minute mark, but that's your position 2 profit that's dying like that.
Yeah, it's not what you want, but it's the kind of plays you need to make happen for your entire team to catch up. That does give a little bit more of a boost towards all of these heroes. It mitigates some of that snowball from 496 and just prevents just even more EXP coming out. So in that sense, it's worthwhile just slowing down 496 for a bit. But right now, 496, they're stuck in a bit of a deadlock. They can't make progress towards the high ground. They can't really go for that tier 2 top unless they really shove that top wave in hard. Roche is going to be up way later on. It's about 2 minutes till we find out, although...
Nice avalanche toss out from Zephyr, but that BB barely dying to Raven. Now Red going to move in, but AU, a great swap out on the Venge. Bit of a group up here. Zephyr, still ruptured, does eventually go down, and Red will pick up a double. That hook shot, Yassi. Oh, right into the base. He almost kills off DJ. Well, Yassi is just, this man is hooking everybody out here.
Oh, he definitely is. A lot of their control, a lot of their initiation is down to that clock, and Yassi's finding those openings really well. 22 to 30 now, 14k lead for 496. Fnatic, it's starting to look like they're putting all their eggs in one basket. It's all about Raven. It's about him getting farm. You know, Moon is doing great. He is just split pushing. And that's his job now as the NP. That's something he can keep up. Shove out the lanes. Ensure that 496 is not hunting for the morph. Slowly builds up in Raven. He's saving up for the Scotty. He's going for the shotgun afterwards. At that point, you might have enough damage. You still have to worry about a lot of that minus regen here for 496. And again, they're not relenting. They're smoked up.
Aghanim Scepter available and hung. God's Rebuke cooldown is now 3.5 seconds, and he's critting for about 700 damage each time he uses it. Jay, leave the building. However, AU getting speared back by Hung. It did not land onto the tree, so he'll have to commit the arena. And that's a big crit. 1.2k with the DD rune active. Don't forget, John, that's on a 3.5 second cooldown now. So he's going to be able to spam that quite a lot.
Yeah, very balanced spell.
Yep.
6 all fronting circle here in the bot lane.
Yassi, great hook shot in onto Raven, just buying time for Hung to get in there. He'll go for the TP, but the spear? No, he does BKB and get himself out. Good TP out from Raven.
Yeah.
Just, again, all about buying time for Fnatic. They're just trying to hold out until Raven's ready.
Yeah, and that's just the name of the game. That's all they can really do here. Maybe you find a pick-off or two if you clump up, but in the drawn-out fight, it's very difficult to just find that opening. So Moon doing his best to shove out lanes, playing that top jungle area, all just to ensure that Raven's farm is up there. He does have a Scotty up on the Morphling, so more stats, more HP reduction as well. But 496, they've had enough. They're clumping up on the bot lane, ready to push.
Get started, but that tier 3 tower does not last long. It'll be a tier 3 gone. They're trying to split push top lane, so Moon's going to try and get something done himself. 496 might actually commit for a second Rats if he does stay up top too long. How do you initiate this team fight as Fnatic? It is a very, very difficult scenario. The 496, they're going to take the melee racks and they're going to back off, back to defend their top tier 3 tower. Yassi's actually looking for a hookshot attempt, and I believe he may have just barely spotted Moon. He's going to take a guess. The Ice Bar's going to give vision, but the treants... Oh, no, Yassi! Oh, what a hookshot from Yassi!
Oh man, the Force Staff to reposition himself in front of the treants, hooking in and killing off Moon. The punishment, Mike, coming out there.
He is so good. This
yeah.
You don't get to see Clockworks this effective very often. Spiderlegs, Force Staff, the treants were trying to block the hookshot. Moon knew it was coming, but Yassi just finds the tiniest of angles for that hookshot. Oh my!
There it goes.
Again, I wish we had an instant replay. We don't.
Yeah, that would have been really nice, but Moon, he was doing his job. He got punished. 496, 1 racks up now. Setting their eyes towards Roche. Gonna be half a minute until it's up. Gotten control on that part of the map. No wards down from Fnatic. They just have no vision beyond a mid lane ward. Not really watching the Roche. So once that's up, 496 will be the first to know. Should be able to jump in, no problem in there.
15k net worth lead for 496. Dota Plus, 93%. This die aside at the moment. Kung's working towards that AC, and he should have it up relatively soon, but does have the Satanic available. Basically means Satanic plus God's Rebuke, and you're back to full HP if you hit a few heroes.
Oh yeah.
Very, very nice for Hung.
You're probably not going to die to the raw right click unless you get control up as well. There's that Roshan up for 496. We're going to dive right into it. Again, no vision here from Fnatic. They are clumped around mid, but that's not exactly where they need to be right now.
They need to try for this Roshan play, but they're not gonna. That'll be the Aegis going to red. Immediate smoke up, rushing towards the dire triangle now. They know where they are. Yassi looking to initiate with that hook shot. It's a matter of who he wants to aim for and who he has vision over. Aether Remnant gonna lock him down. Now they definitely know that they know. Hookshot perfectly on Moon. Catches him in the cogs with the Ice Blast and the Spear, but a great swap out from AU. Trying to buy time. Still Abyssal Blade in from Red. Back onto that Prophet, and it's a double kill out for Red. And Fnatic, they're helpless right now. They just don't know what to do when that happens.
Cookie's crumbling here for Fnatic. They just don't have enough space anymore. I mean, Raven's still keeping up. He's like 4K behind, which is not too bad, considering the state of the game. But I don't think the Morphling's going to be enough. He just does not have enough to blow up Red, to blow up Hung. They're way too tanky at this point. And they've just lost out a lot of control on the map. Like, they're going to have to find a really good initiation here, find a wave turning this to their favor, because 496, they're going to go for this last set of racks now.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Try. It's not going to be easy to go onto this high ground. It is still a bit of a challenge here for 496, but give it a shot. I say that, they are ripping through it. Do have a Soul Crest up now on that BB, so it allows Red to hit that much faster. Here, Arena is out. They have caught the Tiny, but a great swap out from AU once again. Hung was falling low, but still has the Cheese and Satanic to use. Still critting for 1k as well.
Oh no.
On the brighter side, he has no mana, but he still has the cheese. So essentially, he does have a reset button for himself. But Zephyr gonna go in with an avalanche toss. Hookshot in from Yassi, holding back the Morphling. Raven gonna waveform forward with the Abyssal Blade and Ice Blast. They blow him up. This might be it. Moon, he cannot fight back. They call the GG. Fnatic. They are going to drop game number 1 and 496. Great performance out of them. John, I know I've been saying this like a broken record, but Yassi, that is a clockwork performance if I've ever seen one.
Oh, it was. The escapes down bot, the hunts up.